Have 4 kids in Hungary and you will never pay income tax again. Not this year, not ever, for the rest of your life. That's not a joke, that's actual government policy. And Hungary isn't even the most extreme example, it's just the loudest one. Welcome back to Fact Hat. Today I'll be breaking down the strange, expensive and only sort of working global business of paying people to have babies. Here's the Hungarian offer stacked up. Have 3 or more kids and you're exempt from personal income tax for life. That policy's already rolling out to mothers of 2, and by 2026 even mothers under 30 with just 1 child get in on it too. On top of that, there's a subsidised baby expecting loan for newly married couples. And here's the twist, a chunk of that loan gets wiped out for every child you have. So 4 kids and the whole thing disappears. Then there's housing subsidies, car subsidies for big families, and grandparents can now get paid childcare leave if they step in to help raise the kids. Add it up and Hungary is pouring more than 4% of its entire GDP into family policy. For comparison, most developed countries spend somewhere between 1 and 3%. This is a government treating birth rates like a national economic emergency, because that's exactly what it thinks it is. To understand why a country would bribe its own citizens into parenthood, you need one number, 2.1. That's the replacement rate, the average number of children each woman needs to have to keep a population stable without relying on immigration. Below that line, long term, the population shrinks. Hungary's fertility rate has been sitting stubbornly below that for decades, and it's not alone. Almost every developed economy is in the same spot. Fewer workers paying into pensions and healthcare down the line, fewer young people to replace an aging workforce. It's less about culture and more about spreadsheet math. Who pays for retirement when there aren't enough people left working? So government panic, and when governments panic, they reach for the checkbook. South Korea has thrown roughly $210 billion at this problem over the past 16 years. Cash grants, parental leave, childcare support, even government-run matchmaking events. For most of that time, it barely moved the needle. In 2023, South Korea hit 0.72 births per woman, the lowest fertility rate ever recorded anywhere by any country in history. But recently, it's actually turned a corner. Births climbed nearly 7% in 2025, the biggest jump since 2007, as marriages rebounded and young Koreans started responding to the incentives. It's still nowhere near the 2.1 replacement line, but after 2 decades of failure, that uptick is a very big deal in demography circles. Russia offers a lump sum maternity capital payment for a second child. Singapore hands out a baby bonus plus co-savings into a child's account. Poland runs a flat monthly payment per child, no means testing required. Japan throws money at childcare and parental leave. Different wrapping paper, same panic underneath. For those hoping for a tidy answer on whether these incentives are working, unfortunately economists are split. Cash and tax breaks can shift timing, i.e. nudging people to have a baby now instead of in 5 years, more reliably than they shift the total number of kids someone ends up having. Things like housing costs, job security, and how easy it actually is to combine a career with parenting tend to matter just as much, if not more, than the size of the check. South Korea's own data hints at this. Fertility is lowest exactly where housing is most expensive, Seoul. Money helps, it's rarely the whole story. Which means countries like Hungary are running a genuinely expensive, decades-long experiment on their own populations, and the results are still coming in. So, would a lifetime tax exemption actually change your mind about having kids, or is it papering over the real cost of living problem? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this one, hit subscribe. I'm trying to drop a new deep dive every week. See you in the next one.